the day that you purchased your starter kit and you embarked upon a new venture, being an independent beauty consultant with Mary Kay. Who was that Mary Kay really? Why did I say yes? Am I kidding? Can I really do it? Did you imagine being at seminar with the most powerful women in the world? That was me 35 years ago. When I heard about the woman, Mary Kay Ash, I knew of Little Red Riding Hood, the first woman who ran with wolves, Cinderella, the one to make total makeovers popular, the Little Mermaid, the very first woman to swim the English Channel underwater. But Mary Kay, I was intrigued. Truly, she was the reason I became part of this company. Each one of us has our own journey, our own history book, written by our loves, our experiences, successes, and failures. The opening chapters begin with life lessons that we need to become the women God intended us to become. When we're teased by that mean girl in school when we're 13 and still go back the next day. When we aren't accepted into the club or the school of our first choice. They're simply preparation for a life greater than anyone could ever dream. Mary Kay had only a glimpse of the vision that God had for her. Who would have known it would impact women around the world, much less you and me? It's the same for each of us. Our God-given dreams require discipline and work. And when we honor them with our commitment, they become a reality. Not in our time, but in God's time. He's never in a hurry. He only wants us to be the best we can be. 35 years ago, I was a young wife married to my high school sweetheart, Gary, and mom of 2 children, Christy and Keith. We lived in a modest home, 1,200 square feet with 1 bathroom. I drove a 66 Mercury Park Lane with a taped-in headlight that could barely merge on the freeway. The last time I took it through the car wash, the kids were screaming in the back seat, "We're killing the car!" Pieces of metal were ripping off. We were rich in love, but poor in cash. And the idea of beginning a business was intriguing. I loved the philosophies of our company, the integrity. Just like you, I faced my fears and built a business based on fundamentals, a fabulous foundation from which offspring nationals are born. I am proud to tell you I'm a Mary Kay independent beauty consultant. Still am. And even though my title says Senior National Sales Director, my job description may have changed, but still, I am brilliant in booking because I spent many a Sunday night determined to have at least 3 to 5 appointments on my books every week. I'm amazing at coaching because it didn't take long for me to realize that low sales, pitiful bookings, and no-shows were usually because of my lack of preparation, of helping my hostess get all she wants. And your ability to coach your hostess transfers to coaching your new team members, your unit, your offspring, and more. I'm an incredible consultant to my customers. I give them the best service, on-the-spot delivery, dropped off at your door, sent through the mail, or now the customer delivery service. Those customers are still with me years later. I'm a powerful recruiter because I understand my job is not to impress someone with my company or what I've done, but to express to them the possibilities for themselves. I won everything I could because I know that by small means are great things accomplished. Power starts, pearls of sharing, lights action, fashion jackets and capes, star consulting quarters, and consistencies are all part of the big victories to come. I was always and still am willing to learn. I never missed a seminar until this past year. And while I was not in the convention center, I was at my hotel to be with my directors and consultants. Yes, it's true. The more we know, the more we realize what we don't know. And as our circle of knowledge grows, so does its rim of ignorance. I am a humble leader of tremendous women because leaders begin by following. Today I hear so many women talk about how their purpose is to help their families and their communities. I wanted to give more to mine as well, to give more opportunities to my family. And yet today I know that it was really about me, facing my fears, working the marketing plan to prove it to myself, that I could do it. First, it was about me. My success was one of the ways I became an example for my children and my grandchildren. And so it is with each of us. To know and not to do is not to know at all. Taking the journey one victory at a time, colored by challenges in between. The only difference between where you are seated in this arena and being on this stage is action. So heat it up, start the burn, let the world see you on fire, and create memories today that when you and those you love remember you, will speak of the person you chose to become. 35 years of experience offers many lessons. I have been blessed with a marriage of 42 years. Not always easy, but commitment makes problems disappear. I've been blessed by having become the breadwinner when my husband lost his job, way before I planned it that way. I've been blessed by choosing to work through the years when health, family, losses, and insecurities could have stopped me. 2 nieces, a nephew, a brother at 35, 3 brother-in-laws, a mother-in-law, a father-in-law, my dad. All the while setting, working toward, and reaching goals in my business. Life does not have to be easy to be a pleasure. Keep working. Mary Kay provides the free fun in life that others could never begin to imagine. Travel all around the world, first class. I was recently seated next to a woman on the plane who was so incredibly impressed with her travel. She kept asking me, have you ever been there? Have you ever been there? And I just kept saying, yes, yes. And I was waiting for the question, what do you do? There is not an opportunity in the world that offers so much. Cars, oh my. Maybe a few more years ago than I'd like to admit, I'm driving down the freeway in my pink Cadillac. I had my elbow by the window. My jewelry was flashing, not intentionally, that's just the way it is when you're in Mary Kay. I'm singing my heart out, I'm smiling, when that crazy person drove up next to me. He came next to me, and he spoke and had rolled down his window, and he said, roll down your window. So I pressed the button, and the window went down, and he said, do you want to go out? Well, I screamed, although he could only see my words. I said, I'm married. And he said, do you fool around? I was shocked. Are you kidding me? There are crazy people out there. I raced home. I was appalled. I did just what you would do. I called all my friends to tell them about it. Oh, but here's the deal. Ladies and gentlemen, where are those men when you need them? I do believe that the more money you make, though, the sexier you become. We are sexy, aren't we? Woo! Oh, and Gary and I had plans. Our lives were so much richer because of Mary Kay. We had places to go, people to see, things to do, and then 12 and a half months ago, my life changed. That typical average morning, 6 most important things to do next to my bed, weekly plan in progress, he died. Suddenly. And there I was. Where would you be? Shocked, pained, terrified, suffering, sobbing, confused. And less than 2 weeks before seminar. Was I prepared? No. You can never be prepared. But I had learned things. Money management, building a business, taking care of myself. Remember, it's all about you becoming before you can help others become. Responsibility, organization, working as a team. Mary Kay wanted us to be rich in all areas of our life. I was responsible. I knew where the money was. I could pay my bills. It's not smart or cute to pass the buck on these things, to be taken care of. You take care. You are the only person who will never leave you. I'd heard it before, but it never sunk in. What would you do? Could you continue to live in your home? Send your children to school? Live the way you're living now? If not, you have an opportunity. It's called Mary Kay Cosmetics. I was rich in attitude. I learned from the best, Mary Kay. I watched her come to events after losing her daughter, her husband, with shingles, a stroke, and more. I saw her suffer firsthand, but never discounting the sadness, but determined to walk and not rest through that valley. I was rich in friends, Mary Kay friends, who rushed to me, flew in from all over the nation to be with me during the busiest time of the year, seminar time. Friendships built on mutual respect, values, support, competition, encouragement, celebrations, and disappointments. My national sales director friends, ladies, I love you with all my heart. These are friends who leave me feeling better about myself. I was rich in a company which offered support, our staff, the calls, the letters, and more. And I was rich in family, children who grew up in a Mary Kay environment, who lived the mantra, it's not how you feel that counts, it's how you think and act. Children, spouses, grandchildren who rally to my side like never before, and rich in Mary Kay family. My offspring national sales directors, Nancy Moser, Carol Stoops in their areas. How could I ever thank you? My directors, my consultants, real McCoys, I am clear, totally clear. This victory is yours. My part was preparation and practice over year after year. So when God knew I needed to be carried, I was, by these women. By these women. They did it. I was not on top of my game, but they stood up and they delivered. I'm building on. I'm loving life. I'm ready for the next challenge and many more victories. Mary Kay always said, we're more than a company, we are a way of life. Love has lifted us up where we belong and will continue to. This is my story, and I'm going to redeem it for good. We can spend our time, we can waste our time or invest our time. No one else is forcing you to do anything. You commit to things because you choose to, and your schedule reveals your priorities, so examine it. You may be surprised when you discover what your priorities turn out to be. And instead of scheduling priorities around your life, try scheduling your life around your priorities. Let's spread the laughter, share the cheer. Let's be happy while we're here. There's always a first. Your first beauty show, your first interview, the first time you share at your success event, the first time you go skiing or ride a horse. Every first is a learning curve. When you dig in your heels before you can grow. This year was a year of many, many firsts for me, including this seminar. I always had Gary right there, giving me the look, taking the picture. You're doing great, beaming with pride, telling me before our area awards, have fun, Judie. And now I see my beautiful consultants and directors and my Mary Kay friends taking over. I've had to change my thinking. My life took an unexpected turn, but I learned to spend time reading positive books, a daily devotional that keeps your head straight, and investing time learning the skills you need to be successful, learning how to tell the Mary Kay story, the marketing plan. Tell me a fact and I'll learn. Tell me the truth and I'll believe. Tell me a story and it'll stay in my heart forever. Get used to firsts. If you aren't having many, you're not growing. Remember when. Create memories today that when you and those who you love will remember, will speak volumes of the person you wanted to become. The first miracle set and the appreciation which spilled over as you sent a thanks for coming to the show. Your first great party when you really caught on to treat your hostess like a million, and the first one with meager results. And how you bounced back like a pro because you get it, it's just part of the game. And when you kept on to the last minute of the month to finish your goal or help your team, because that's what winners do when others quit. Thinking, oh, I'll just start again tomorrow. Not you. I'm creating a new normal. It feels awkward, difficult, and sometimes just plain exhausting, but I am. Would you create a new normal for yourself with me? What if it meant self-esteem, confidence, influence, spiritual and financial abundance? We all know where we've been, where we're going. Let's continue this journey together and honor our First Lady Mary Kay as we perpetuate her dream. For me, I'm winning the race, living the promises I made to her. I love you like crazy. I pray for you daily. You mean the world to me. And I know this is going to be the greatest seminar of your life. Thank you.